Give that a couple of seconds. Wait for that to appear. Do I exist? Do I have a stream? According to the stream manager, no, I do not. If I reload it, though... Yes, okay, we are 20 seconds into the stream. Very good. Very good. Hello, I am Mark Aldrich, doing a stream, game development, all that BS. I am starting late because I had to rush out to pick up my mother's dog, who I am looking after for the weekend. Say hello to Luke. And, yes. Yeah. Game dev. I read a forum thread the other day that described basically what was causing my issue with the jitter. Yes. So if I play my game, here we'll make that a little bit bigger. We're going to play the game, and you're going to notice that my character, when I move left to right and forward and back, you notice it like bumps. It just goes blub, 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 around the center. So I need to fix that. That's going to be what I fix. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Well, I didn't know how I was going to fix it because I tried a couple of methods and nothing seemed to work. So I figured it out. So we're going to get rid of bullet movement, temp audio play, fire bullet. I need movement first. And we need to make sure all of these things happen in the fixed update step. Yeah, we're setting our linear velocity. That's fine. The other part, I should probably also fix this so that it's normalized. So basically, when you go up and down, it moves at one speed. If it moves left at right, it moves at that speed. But if you move diagonally, it moves both of those speeds at the same time, so it ends up going a lot faster when you're moving diagonal in some games. In games that don't normalize it. Normalize it just means, okay, take the direction we're moving and just make the length of that line that we're traveling on the same no matter what direction we're moving in. So that's going to be a thing to work on. And also, this bit right here, rotate to face cursor, is that on the player itself? Yes, it is with the rigid body there. Okay, so we're going to get a reference to our rigid body. Get a reference here, RB. So basically, the problem is when you are moving using the rigid body, you need to make sure you move only with the rigid body. So this transform.lookAt is not what we want. It's not how we want things to work. So first, this needs to happen in fixed update, not in regular update. And second, we need to rb dot move rotation, and we need to rotate to face a direction. We need to face to look at this mouse hit. Now, how do we get a look at direction? I don't know. We'll find out. I believe it is, we're getting a quaternion dot look rotation with a specified forwards and upwards directions. Forward is the direction we are looking in. Okay, so the direction we're looking in is, I think, look at mouse Okay, so we're setting our mouse hit to do that. So let's hold on. What's the mouse hit minus transform position and vector 3 up. Okay, we're gonna trust the AI on this one. We're gonna see if that works. If it does, awesome. If not, we'll fix it. Play. Oh, that movement is so much smoother than it was before. And we're still looking in the direction we need to be looking in. Sweet. Why is there no sound on my end? Was there sound on your end? Hold on. I did not have the speaker on, so do we have the... Is there no audio from the desktop? Hold up. This may have been an issue this entire stream, is the lack of desktop audio, because it's just not showing playing on here. Desktop audio. We're gonna... Hold on. Desktop audio. Device. Realtek speakers. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Does backing up and down. There we go. Now you guys get sound. Look at that. Look at them apples. And we also have our smooth movement. Yay. Now, here's the thing that I want to make sure everyone, my one viewer, which I think is just myself because I also have Twitch open right now, I want to make sure everybody understands something simple. This game right now is trash. I have every intention of throwing this out. Having said that this game is trash and will be thrown out. There's a lot of things that I'm figuring out with this that I'm gonna use on my next project because I have very similar intentions gameplay-wise. Some visuals to match this look. So I think I'm going to work on that next, and I'll get the sounds for footsteps and gunshots done after that. I said last stream that I was going to I would get my free sound account working because I think I set up my password wrong. Luke, you gotta stop licking your paws. You can't lick the paws, puppy. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Look at that little tail wag. Look at that. Look at that, man. He's adorable. Look at that puppy. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Yeah. Okay. But yeah. I did not do that. I realized it's 1 week before Christmas, so I ran out and panicked to get some Christmas shopping done. I got my list over there of everyone I'm getting Christmas gifts for and what presents I have gotten and have not gotten so far. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 people left. 5 people left to get gifts for. And yeah, once I get those 5 gifts and get the last of the food, we will be good to go for Christmas. Yay. What's we? I will be good to go for Christmas. You guys aren't coming to my Christmas party. Sorry. To my one viewer who I think is me. But anyway, talking to myself. What else is new? Yes. So, before we get sounds done, I'd like to do something with visuals. So, my thought is we just get, let me think. Is in here somewhere. Do I already have it though? Imported materials. Bush, fern, grass. None of this is the kind of material that I want. Textures. Brush, grass, plant, no. Okay, this is a little closer to what I'm thinking of. But I'm looking for like a brick. Like a stone layer to go over everything. So let's minimize, 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 minimize. And let's go over to our store. So package manager. Why did I? Yeah, I think I accidentally ripped that out. Okay, so our package manager. I already have some stuff related to this. Let's see. I think it's in my assets. Seamless texture generator, technology menu UI, stone cliff texture. Stylized grass, bunch of free textures. I don't want terrain textures. An open texture library. That might be the ticket. This one is deprecated, so. Yeah, these all look kind of old. Alright, can I? Nah. An open texture library. There's only the 1.0 version available. You know what? Yeah, we can probably use this brick texture here. Import. That's a lot of stuff. Import. Should be quick though, because I already have it. Yeah, I already have it saved on the computer. When you get something like this, you can download updates to them, and then it's just a case of importing, which means taking it from the location where Unity has it stored to where your project is stored. Yeah. Okay, that's going to take a while, so we're just going to click off of that. And presentation scene? I don't want a presentation. You know what? No, let's go to the hold on. Is this scene saved? This scene is saved. Okay, let's go to the presentation scene. Let's see what they got. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. 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 Well. Oh, these are not, lit. Okay, that's a little better. Doesn't look like a cactus, though. Oh, stone texture. Here we go. Yeah, we just need to update all of these to universal lit. Alright, stone. Let's see about getting this to base map for that is, I think, going to be the, yeah, that. Nope, never mind. Base map for this is going to be like, is it this one? Yeah, that one. Okay. So yeah, we can get rid of the presentation scene. Select all of these. Change them to URP. Polygrass. Where is the polygrass? Get rid of the smoothness. Okay, yeah, we can go back to our main scene. Don't save that. Alright, so we want the... Yeah, delete those two. Stones on grass. Okay. Take all of these. Change it to Universal Render Pipeline Lit. We're going to change the base map to the, what was it? Stones on grass. Oh, that's right. We can't select any of this. Okay, hold on. Turn that on. There we go. Oh, no, we shouldn't change that one. We should change the prefabs. Destructible wall. The solid wall, we're going to lock that down. Go to our imported okay. That's functional. Not a huge fan of the stretchedness of it, but that's okay. Beats nothing. Okay. Cool. Now I want to also change the environment a little bit. Let's see. Main camera. The environment. We're going to create a solid color of black. Lighting, environment. We're going to have sort of a afternoon light, I'm leaning toward, I think. Sort of a warmer. more slanted bit. What is this? What is my warnings? What is my phone trying to tell me? Samsung account legal terms. Go away. Go away. Yep, my phone has connected. Okay, now. Actually, I might add a point light and a cone light to the player. Here, let's go on the player. Let's add a light, spotlight. The directional light for the sun, we're going to lower the intensity of that. By a lot. And what else? Oh, yeah, the lighting, environment. Source is going to be the color. Color is going to be black. It's going to be dark out. Real-time shadows, no, we're going to set that to 0. There's really no point in having a fog, I don't think. Okay. File, save. And the player is going to have that spotlight, which let's increase the range of that to like 30. Can we change the intensity of it? It's a little bit better. And set the height of that to like 1. 0.5. 0.8. Oh, that's a little better. Okay. And let's also add a point light. Also at 0.5. Just to light up the area directly around the player. And we're going to have that be kind of a sort of a softish yellow. See how that looks. Is that a fake one? Yeah, it is. I think I'm going to bake that lighting. New. Bake it. It's all very simple geometry in the game so far, so baking should be very cheap. Save that. this whole wall fake? Really? I didn't know that. I want to see if I can get rid of the rest of the light. Let's see. Directional light. We're just going to turn that off. And otherwise, where is the other light coming from? Lighting. Environment. Can I change this to none? Let's see. Ooh, okay. That's a bit darker. Okay, I'm going to take the point light and I'm going to try moving that above the player a little bit. Okay. A little bit more spooky, I would say. Oh, God. So I need some kind of indicator to show that the enemy spawner was in fact destroyed. Go. Oh, sweet. I win. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, a little better. Looks a little nicer. A little more about as, about functional. I am going to change the bullets, though, so that they have a little bit of emission. So, not in prefabs, in materials. Bullet material. Not nearly as much, though. It's going to be a white emission. I just need them to be visible and have a little bit of bloom to them. What I think I might do is, hold on, let's go to the scene itself, which is very dark and bleak and gray. Let's expand that a little bit just so that that's out of frame. And I want to turn that off, and I want the visual items. There we go. So this just shows the standard materials with some oversimplified lighting setup. And wow, those back walls look bad. Okay, so we need to change something there. And I think I'm going to come up with a duplicate material for stones on ground that we're going to rename this to false wall. We're going to change that base map from that stones there to those stones, and we're going to put these on. Let's see, hold on, let's minimize all that. Prefab, the false wall. We're going to add this to that. On the cube itself. Here we go. And I'm also, I think I'm going to change this a little bit to, hold on, let's go back into the project settings. And yeah, these feel stretched out a bit, but let's see how they look in game. Go to the... Okay, these actually look fine. Actually, I think the fact that they're stretched might help it out a little bit, just because of the angle that the camera's looking at. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, get rid of the directional light, because we're not using that anymore. Let's see. Oh, how do the bullets look with the emission on them? Okay, so you always see the bullet. Good. Okay. Lighting, don't hate it. Don't hate it. Let's come up with a material for the... Does that work? That looks like it works. Let's open up our not the false wall, destructible wall. Take a look at the cube. Why is this one not affected? Hold on. Environment, starting area, destructible wall, revert. That doesn't look very good. Yeah, that needs... Not a huge fan of that color. Let's get to the... Oh no, let's get to the stone material. And we're going to change this color up a little bit, I think. Sort of a brownish color. With no smoothness to it. And we'll go a little bit higher up. That's better. Better. It's not beautiful, but it works. Okay, quick test again. We'll travel around, take a look at these doors, and see how they look. Destroy the enemy spawner. Another destructible wall. Another destructible wall. These are the false walls that we can just phase through. I might want to... I might want to make the false walls thinner. Because it's kind of weird not being able to see your character at all in this space. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Just while I have that thought in my head. And it's easy to access. Go to the false wall. They already have a different color to them, so they're already less visible, but... Okay, so we're just going to get the cube. Change that to from 1 to, let's say, 0.5. We'll test that out. I don't really care about the stretching on the top here because it's not really going to be visible with the low lighting. Yeah, just take a quick look at how that looks. I need to fix these walls too, the back walls. Just come up with like a new item for them. And there's also this... Oh, that's not visible, so we don't care about it. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. A little easier to navigate that portion. This game is too scary. Dial it down, please. Never. Never. I want scary. Besides, it's winnable. There we go. A little bit more visible. Oh, oh boy. Oh. Okay, destroy that one. For these little bars here that this is basically cover that you can go under but they can't, so you can use it as a quick route of escape. So that's gonna be... I'm thinking of coming up with like a head maze type look to it. Was that the last one? No, there are 2 more. Okay. Further south. I need to come up with something to put in here. I'm thinking of doing like a full-on maze section, where it's just like a labyrinth, but... Yep, that's it. Okay, next step. Let's see, so character movements. I need to come up with like a list of all of the stuff I have to get done. The back walls need to get fixed. I need sound effects for everything. Oh, we should get a texture going for these guys so that they have something going on visually. Because right now it's just black. I could just make it black. Actually, hold on. Do I have a... Yeah, we're going to rename that to Monster Spawner Material. Okay. Let's see. Do not receive shadows. No emission. I want to see how these look. Because I want them to be just black spaces. Just seem like they absorb all of the light around them. Yeah, like that. Refill ammo. Okay, yeah, let's get ammo moved around. I'm going to take the ammo refill prefab. Respawn time, 100 seconds. That seems fine. Ammo refill amount. I'm not a huge fan of the 100. Like, that seems like way... Like, that's enough to win the game with just that. So we're going to set it to, like, 20. We're going to take the player and set the player... Fire bullets. I had that as a... Hold on, let's serialize that. Okay, that's better. Okay, save all that, leave that at the test value. Let it reload. Take your time. Yeah, we're gonna set that to 20. I think the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a list of all of the settings. And yeah, we're gonna get a list of all the settings and make a document so that I can just modify them from there. Yeah, what's it called? Scriptable object. That will be a thing that we do at some point. To set bullet speed, player speed, health, bullet amounts, reload time for the bullet refill, the ammo refillers. Speaking of, I'm going to start spreading these out a little bit. Oh, right, no, hedges. Let's do the hedges now, next. Let me see. So the way I want to do this is... We're going to take our hedge. Now, the enemy blocker itself, there's no physics on this. It just has a nav mesh obstacle attached to it that will block it from moving. So, yeah, just that. That's all it really needs. But this cube, we're going to make this 2 tall, 1 down, so that now it's just directly on the ground. And then our imported... What's hedge like? What do we have that's hedgy? Grass? Where's the actual grass? Right there. Hedgy. Yes, but no. This needs tiling to be changed up a bit. Yeah. I'd say that's a bit better. Okay, so we need to get... Oh, nope, hold on. I was not supposed to go back. Enemy blocker. What? Why are these not changing? Are these all the enemy blockers in the game? Yes, they are. Okay, so we need to change these. Revert all of these. There we go. Okay, cool. We have our hedges. Let's see how they look. Remember, the goal is good enough. There we go. Oh yeah, we only have 9 bullets now. A little iffy, but you know what? Okay, so... Yeah, that's pretty much all set. Yeah, we should clean this space up a little bit and... Let's think of something interesting. I'm thinking that this one right here, yeah, leave that in the about the center of the space, but let's also add some solid walls around it. Zero minus 30. And minus 40. And this will make sure it's at minus 35. Yep. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Minus 28. Minus 42. 44. 42. Gosh darn it. And this is... I'm selecting the spawn point itself, right? Okay, good. So... Yeah, leave that at where it is. So... Control D. Rotate that by 90 degrees. X is going to be... Oh, Z is going to be minus 35. Okay. Six or 7? Yeah, 7. Okay. And then Control D and make that minus 7. There we go. So now we have like a little section around this that you have to get through. I think I'm gonna swap this hedge with this destructible wall. Yeah. Keep sort of some theme going on here. And minus 20, minus 10. I think the destructible walls, I'm also going to make them just slightly thin. Are they all ready? Yes, they are. Well, slightly thinner. Let's see. Yeah. Just so it's a little bit more visible that, oh, hey, this is a thing that is separate from everything else. Okay. Let's see. So we have our hedge maze. We have a little temple-like area here. Oh, I want to change the ground texture too. Just so that it matches sort of like the... You know, it seems like we're using this Wristbat Mommet, which I don't know if that's a company name or a person's name, but... Let's see. Ground, roof, sand. Where is the input for sand? That's the poly sand. There we go. Alright, we're going to make that a little bit darker. Maybe a little bit more on the cartoony dark side. Save that. Play. All right. I think I am... Yeah. What next? This one I'm sort of just working on the fly, so... A little bit of level design, I think, would be probably a good idea. A little more. Have a little bit more going on. Prefabs. Let's see. So I want solid wall. Whoop, not on top of that. Nope, not up there. Height to 0. We'll have a snap point at like 5. Yeah. Okay. D. Rotate that by 90 degrees. Snap it there. We'll just try and work out some kind of maze-like setup here. That looks like it works pretty well. Rotation. Okay, yeah, that's not bad for a little maze area. Let's keep it going this way. Let's just make sure we have some building blocks over here. You know what? Let's also have another one of these hedges. We'll have a no, not 9 degrees, 0 degrees. There we go. Okay. And then we have this one over here. Once again, let's grab a example of each of these. Is this whole wall actually? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't think I intended that. Now we're going to delete these. Get this over here. Those blend, right? Yeah, they do. Good. Goody. Okay, this one. Control D. Whoop, did not want to go up and down. Actually, we're going to take this one, rotate that, take this one, rotate that. And we're going to have another one of these up here. So that way there's a little pocket here that you only get into if you go to the right spot. And we're going to put a ammo refill there. Yeah. Whoop, nope, nope, nope. Okay, we're going to set it to 2.5. There we go. So we can stick that there. I do not want to touch this plane anymore. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't want to touch those solid walls either. Okay, let's see. We have that. Another section here to clear out. There, that there, so we have sort of like a little causeway here. Ooh, yeah, okay, we'll do that. So that way, if you run down here, they have to go all the way around here to get to you. And let's add another solid wall there. There we go. Proper maze-like. Okay, we're almost done. We only have the one spot left. And this one you can only get to using the fake walls, so that'll be a little bit more difficult. Yeah, this one is going to be the hardest to get to. So, tiny entrance. I'm going to have a false section here where it looks like it's going to be over here and it's not. There we go. Okay. Now what? I am evil. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. I am pure evil. Because you see, I'm going to have this whole section here that leads over here and is blocked off. So this section will get you all the way over here, but you won't be able to get across this wall. And do I want to have anything there for the player to get? You know what? Yeah. I'll have an ammo refill. Okay, that works. What next? What next? What's the next part? Again, I'm my only viewer. I got one person to jump into the chat for 1 moment. And yeah, so okay, that. Oh no, let's not rotate that. Yeah, tight corridors here. All right, that is a populated map. Now we just need to add our ammo refills so that players can actually play the game and not be terribly scared. Well, no, we want them to be terribly scared, but We want enough material in these locations that the game is balanced, that they have an actual chance of winning with effort. So, yeah, let's add our ammo. Let's get a big above head view of our map. And let's add some ammo to some little... I'm thinking 2 per area, but have them be in like odd locations where you're unlikely to reach them. Yeah. Yeah, 2 per area should be enough. Ammo refill. Adding them to these little off-grid spaces, kind of. Okay. Yeah. Is this area going to have any ammo refills? Do I want that in this game? Do I want ammo refills? Yeah. Yeah, we'll put one there, one there, one there. I'm not going to take the time to get every single one of these to a perfect position. I say that as I'm doing that, so don't trust my words when I say things. Moved all those ones. I think I moved all of those ones. How about you? You haven't been moved. There we go. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna increase that numbers of that one. Put that one right there so that the player has something to attack. And I think I'm also going to add an enemy. Like right here-ish. And we'll just copy that one and put another one there. Ooh. Right, obstacles. Alright, I'm going to take this ammo refill and all of these solid walls and add these to the obstacles box. And solid wall. These 4 solid walls. We'll add a new empty objects. He Homina base environment. Add that to the obstacles list. And the plane gets added to that too. These 2 enemies I'm going to leave out. Okay. Level design segment is done. I am terrible at level design. I hate doing it. I much prefer having other people do it for me. But, yeah, this is not bad. Not my best work. Not my worst. So what's next? Bullet sounds. We need bullet sounds. Actually, let's see how it looks. Oh, right. Those 2 enemies need to be assigned the player as a target. I need a sound effect for that thing getting damaged. I might just use the same sound effect as, what's it called? Yeah, spawn point. The hitting wall sound. Yeah, we'll just use that for now. File, save. And we just need the temp audio play. Yeah. Spawn point. Private game objects. Temp audio play. Okay, so we have a temporary object that just spawns in, plays a sound effect, and then dies. Let me think. What is this object going to be called? Destructions, sound effects, lowercase d. Okay, so if health is less than 0, then instantiate the destruction sound effects. Keep the position and identity. Save that. Is that how it works with the other things? Sound on impacts. I need something else that uses it. Impact sound. at that point. Okay, yeah, so we just have to have that sound appear. And in this case, we'll just have the destruction sound play. And I'll come up with the different sounds to play when it hits. Yeah. Okay, so other sound effect. Let me get... Pixabay open. What are we looking for? Smash? Smash. Let's get smash. See, that kind of smash. That hitting the thing object. Not the other kind of smash. Get your mind out of the gutter. Sound effects. Glass smash. I want that sound effect for later. But not for this. I don't want glass. I don't want the glass sound effect. I'm looking for like that's a little too long. Hammer. A little too short. God damn it. Duration. Okay, 0 to 30 seconds. Let's get rid of all the things that are long. Okay. A hammer... No. A hammer on concrete is what I'm looking for. Not a jackhammer, but like a... Okay, let's add stone to that mix. Hitting metal, hammering... No, hitting nails with hammer... The only reason I clicked on hammer sound was because it was vague, so I didn't know what it sounded like. No. Hold on. Not hammer. Sledgehammer. Hammer hitting a head, hammer hitting nail. Okay, if I take that out. Hit. No. Strike. Maybe I could modify the sound I already have. Try stone. That doesn't sound like a stone impact. That sounds like wood. Or a very light stone. That's a little bit closer. I think that's about as close as we're going to get. We'll download that one. And I'm going to open up Audacity. Okay. I need it to, like, here-ish. It's going to be a short sound effect, because the player can hit the ground. And then I need to take this. And I need to change the pitch to be... I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. Export that audio to first team stream test throwout. Yeah, it's funny. I was originally doing this as just like, okay, we're going to throw something quick together in like 20 minutes and just to test to make sure streaming works. And then I got kind of into it, so. Export that. Okay. We're gonna temp audio player. We're gonna take that clip of... Hold on, is that our new one? Yeah, that's our new one. That's our Stone Debris. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Where did I put it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I put it in a weird folder, didn't I? Where the fuck did I put it? Uh-oh. Okay, so that audio clip exists in our game. I just don't know where it exists because it got dropped into a random folder that I don't know where it went. Stone Debris, okay. Where is that in my assets? Scripts, bullet, okay. Scripts, bullet, there we go. Go to our audio, please. Thank you. And we are going to rename this to temp audio player slow destruction. Wait a minute, no. I am a silly goose. Once again, our enemy spawn point. We just replace that because we already have the destruction audio. Save, play. Okay, cool. We have that. Now I need some kind of a... I don't want like a gunshot sound, but like... Actually, you know what? Hold on. hardcore gunshot sound. Because so far, the sound effects that we have don't really match that. Although, okay, I have an idea. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this now. Yeah, we're gonna make the gun go a little overboard. We're gonna go a little overboard with our gun explosions. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna start a new one, get rid of that one. No, I don't need to save it. And at some point, I'm going to collect all of these sound effects that we're using, and let's see, how's it sound? Okay, that was very loud on your guys' end. A little bit better. Okay, so I want that long trail off. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Can I zoom in? Yes, I can. Okay. So we're going to go for right here where the sound starts. Split the clip. Destroy that. Zoom back out. Just going to move this. Can I? No. Stop. Okay, let's get that there. That is too loud. I want it to be loud, but not that loud. Okay, stop that. File. We're going to export that audio as is to our assets folder. Okay. Now, let's go on our player, our fire bullet script. Let's fire our bullets. So we're going to instantiate a bullet. I want to play this immediately. There's not really gonna be a time delay here, so I'm not too worried about it. Actually, we can keep that private, I think. We just have a... Okay, so we have our fire sound effects. We have our audio source. We don't have our audio source. Hold on. We have our audio source. Very good. So now when we fire, audio source dot play one shot, but before that, we're going to set our audio source to randomize the pitch. Now we're going to have our player. Give it a sec. Let it load. Fire sound, gunshot. Let's see how that feels. Alright, now I need to upgrade this a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have an event. Public static event action on fire. And we're going to have this run here. On fire.invoke. And then I'm going to have a separate script on here to handle the gun fire event. And I'm going to take a quick break right now because I have to pee. So we're going to do main scene without face. I have peed. Hold on. Main scene with face. That's the one that I want. Okay, that's the one that's appearing on my screen. Okay, good. It's on the stream too. Goody. I keep forgetting that there's a delay on the stream. I kind of want to fix that. I kind of want to make that go away, but for now, I don't think I have good enough internet to handle that. Hopefully I will at some point. But yes, we have our little scary thing going on here. I have a gunfire event. When the gun goes off, things will happen. So we're just gonna get rid of all that. And on enable, we're gonna add ourselves to the events. Plus equal to handle gunfire effects. Create that method. On disable, we will beauty. We now, when we shoot the gun, what do we want to happen? I'm thinking we want a special effect, a light, and the sound effect. So we need, let's see, we need sound effects, light flash, and particles. Okay, so how we want to do this? For the sound effect, we already have that set up. We're basically just going to take what we have over here and put it over here. So, serialize field, private, audio clip, sound, gunshot sound. And then here, underneath it, our audio source. And we'll have an awake method to get our audio source. We're also going to require an audio source to be attached to the object that this is on, just as a safety measure. Yes. So audio source, play the one shot, but also audio source dot pitch, and we're going to set that to our, no, I need to come up with a new name for random. Yeah, Unity Engine random, not mathematics random. Mathematics random is nice, and I firmly believe in using it, but in this case, no. No. Okay, so sound, play, good. We got that. Now I need a private light. Muzzle flash. Basically, what I want to do is I want to create a light that's going to get very, very bright and then go back to very, very dim in short order. That is the plan. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that. I want to try to avoid using the update loop, if at all possible. But for now, Yeah, muzzle flash. Muzzle flash dot enabled equals true. And then we're going to have to create a... You know what? Actually, let's just make a enumerator. So we're going to have this set it to true, then yield return new wait for seconds. That new wait for seconds is going to be not even 0.5. We'll do 0.1 and then muzzle flash, change it to false. Okay, so start coroutine, muzzle flash. There's our light. And now for particles, we need a particle emitter. And I do not have a ton of experience with particles, but first thing I need to do for any of that is get rid of the fire sound and audio materials in here. Now that I have an event for every time I fire a bullet, I could also probably move all of the stuff related to updating the UI out of here, but I'm not going to do that. I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. Sound on impact, that's all set. Spawner health, that's all set. We're just working on our gun and the effects that happen when the gun fires. So let's create our muzzle flash and a particle emitter. So we're going to create a, I think it's just going to be a point light that is going to be extremely intense at 0.5 and zero. Okay. That light is going to be inactive. Let's rename this to... Yeah, let's give all of these names. Point light, this point light we're going to call muzzle flash. Save that. Now we go on the player. Muzzle flash, our gunshot sound is the gunshot sound effect. It's probably going to be on for less than this. Okay. We're going to have the intensity eight. All right, we're going to have this jump between 9F and 10. I don't know if that's going to have any kind of real effect on it, but... let's get rid of that point light. Oh shit. Why can I not pick this one up? What? Why can I not pick that up? Okay. Question. So this one, hold on, let's go back here. This one I could pick up. Oh, okay, whoops, whoopsie doodle. Oh, yep. Silly goose, once again. These need to all be changed to triggers. Okay, they're triggers now, good. And that is why constant playtesting is very, very important. Save that, hit play. Question. The false wall. I want to take a look at the cube for that. Because I want this to receive shadows, no emission. Yeah, we're going to turn off emission for that. Oh, no, that's something I want to do. Hold on. Go back. Lighting. I don't want fog. I do want shadows, though. The muzzle flash. Hard shadows, yes. The spotlight. Hard shadows. Yeah, the spotlight, I need to move that forward. Just to... And we are going to have our little point light above the player. We're going to lower the intensity of that quite a bit, though. I want you to be able to see what's coming around the corner, but not too well. There we go. File, save. I want to change the ammo refill material, the gun material, the bullet material, to not receive shadows. Yeah, enable GPU instancing for all of it, really. Always enable GPU instancing. It's such a simple, useful feature. Pause the game for 1 second. I want to see where all these zombies actually are. Okay, so these ones have no way of getting out of here. Okay. These ones can get out. These ones can get out. These ones and these ones and these ones cannot. That's interesting. Do I want to make a way for them to be able to get out, or would I rather have them sort of just build up? Okay. When I think I'm gonna make it so that when the last one is destroyed, all of the monsters die. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like it works. All the monsters die when gunshot, move that to the audio folder. We're going to take our lighting settings and move that into the settings folder. Gunfire event goes in scripts. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking this so far. This has actually ended up being like a fun little thing. Yes. So we have our gunshots, enemy death. I want enemies to die when you win the game. So what is the... Oh, look at that. Win game. Spawner health dot on win game. I probably should separate those out, but you know what? No. Yeah, so let's just create a new script. And we're going to call this... Naming is always a very important thing, so it's kind of hard to think of something. New... No. Enemy dies. Win on enemy... No. Kill enemy on win. That's kind of how we're going to do this. Yeah. So basically... Kill enemy on win. We are going to slaughter our foes. Let's see. What do we have here? How are we going to do this? Oh my god. He is too cute. Hold on. Hold on. Before we fix that script, we just need to do one thing. Just make sure you understand. Just look at that. He's so cute. And he's passed the fuck out. Oh my goodness. Too cute. Too cute. Okay, back to the screen. Okay, now let's go back to killing our enemies. I just realized my microphone was over here and disconnected the entire time. Well, we're going to have that in our area so that you can actually hear me speak now, hopefully. So, what are we going to do? I need to stop saying so every time. That's my fill word to replace Okay, so we need a reference to... We need to invoke a method. We need to call a method when win is invoked. So on enable spawner health dot on win game plus equal to kill enemy on win. Oh, no, whoops. Kill enemy. And then we're going to make a on disable okay, so we do this. There we go. We're just going to attach this to the prefab for the enemy. Prefab, enemy, kill enemy on win. Okay. Reduced additional punctual light shadows by 2 to make 7 shadow maps fit in the... To avoid this, increase shadow atlas size, decrease big shadow resolutions, or reduce the number of shadow maps active in the same frame. I don't believe that is going to be an issue with us, but... You know something else I can do? Since we have this at a specific size, we can probably reduce the size of the... I know it's not useful at all, but... We're just going to move that and that. Okay, base environment, plane. Look at that. What do I see if I'm at the edge? Nothing. It's completely black. That's exactly what we want. Good. All right. I believe this game is basically done. When we win the... Oh, no. One more piece I want to add. Basically, I want to spawn... what's the spawn rate right now? Environment, enemy spawner. Time between spawns is 5. Now, right now there are... How many spawn points are actually in the game? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I add any to the... Hold on, let's actually count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there's 9 spawners in the game. Lock that down. I might add another bit to the top to let you know what the goal of the game is. That's kind of an important detail. Okay, so there's that, and I want to increase difficulty as time goes on. So... Time between spawns, we're going to start that at 10. Okay, so... What I think I'm just going to do is... Private float time between spawns. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to get a list of number of spawners. So spawner health dot number of spawners between modified time between spawns. Okay, and equals. Okay, what's the time between spawns going to be? I think it's going to be... Oh, wait a minute. No, I could just have it be... health dot number of spawners. Okay, yeah. So instead of it being one spawns every 10 seconds, now it spawns every 9 seconds. Then when you destroy a spawner, now it's every 8 seconds. And then it becomes every... Eventually it gets down to the point where there's one spawning every second. So it's just sort of a constant wave. It also would lead you directly to the final enemy spawner. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. Is time between spawns actually used anywhere now? No, it is not. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's basically it, I think. So check if time is less than spawner health dot number of spawners. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. No, I did not click on that. Save. Okay, so that's difficulty settings done. Now the game just becomes more difficult as you play. Lastly, the final bit. Yeah, we need to add a marker to show, hey, this is the point of the game, is to shoot at these things. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to... How do you make a shape? Let me see. I want to make a UI element that just floats in the game. Canvas. Let's unlock that so we can actually get our canvas. Screen space. World space. And we're going to add a bit of text to that. Okay, 0, 0. Width is going to be 5. Height is going to be 10. we're going to make this much smaller now. How about 3? Height of 3. No. Height of 1. Width of 3. Okay. Put it at 1. Put it back here. Shoot me to win. Is that visible? And we're going to take this canvas. Okay, that's spawn point number 8. We're going to attach this to the number 8 canvas, to the number 8 spawn point. And we're going to take each of these enemies and we're going to create another canvas to attach to this enemy. And this canvas is going to say where even is it? I'll eat you. Yeah, that works. Wait, why is this enemy... Okay. Question. Does this stay on good? Okay. Now, can I rotate this? Or do I have to rotate the character? Yeah, we're just gonna... take that off. Rotate you by 180 degrees. Rotate this by 180 degrees. Save. Oh, whoops. Okay, try again. Oh shit, I have no bullets left. Shit. Oh fuck, I have to go find bullets now. Shit. Conserve ammo. Run away. That was actually pretty good. It got really intense toward the end. Okay. I am a fan. I'm a fan of my own game, and I built this to literally just to try out what it was like doing game development while streaming. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't think it's that bad. Yeah. I have 40 minutes until lunchtime. This individual, the individual down there, he is going to be going on a W at some point after lunch. I can't say the actual word because if I do, he will get up and he will run around like crazy. And I will not be able to finish the stream. So, yeah. 40 minutes. The only thing I want to add to this to wrap everything up is a words. I know them. Got it on the top of my head. What is the word for it? What is the word? What is the word? I love it when these moments pop up where I have no idea what is going on in my head. There is something I wanted to say, some word, a scoreboard showing how long you have left in the game. So let's go on our canvas. And we're going to add a text item. And we're going to call this monoliths. Monoliths left. And I'm going to put this in like the bottom corner. X is going to be 0 to 0.2, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to have a that's just going to be a pair of X's. And this one is going to be 0.2 to 0.4. And I'm going to have that be center. Actually, no, we'll have it over there. All right, so monoliths left, we are going to have that. I'm just going to put the code directly on this because I do not care. Display monoliths left. This script is going to display how many monoliths are left, hence the name. Let's get our Text Mesh Pro element on awake. We'll get that. And how do I want to handle this? Because I could just have a script that writes to it every single frame and just says, hey, monolith was destroyed. Or something along those lines. Yeah, it's not in here. It's in spawner health. I might just make another event. On spawner destroyed. And okay, so we're going to instantiate. We're also going to call on spawner destroyed. We're going to invoke it. And then on spawner destroyed. Update spawners left. Okay, and that is going to be spawner health dot number of spawners, and we're gonna display that in our text. So texts dot text equals spawner health dot number of spawners to string. And then we'll just have a on disable that does the opposite there. Yes, yes, we have that. We have that. We have that. Okay, that should be it. Yeah, so each time one is destroyed, oh, actually, um, let's just call that there so that we can get an initial value up there. Okay, so we have that in there. I don't believe there is any... No, there isn't. Okay, good. No inputs. I like it when a script has no inputs. It looks so much cleaner. Okay, 9 monoliths left. That should now say 8 monoliths left, but... Oh, wait a minute. Ah, okay. We need to update the number of spawners before we invoke that. Okay. Try again. Does that one always respawn quicker? Okay, we're going to fix that. Yeah, we're going to change that to 100, just like the rest of the spawns in the game. Half hour left. I think my next video, probably tomorrow. Yeah, today's Thursday, right? Okay, tomorrow's Friday. This pooch has got to go to his daycare. And yeah, don't look at me like that. You're not going today. You know what day it is. And yeah, I think next time I'll upload it to GitHub. I think I'm going to come up with... should I have another enemy type? I feel like I should. I feel like there should be one more kind of enemy to go after you. This became sort of a horror-themed thing very last minute. So what I might do is add like a... maybe like a slow enemy that just like takes up a huge space. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. So we're just gonna... I'm gonna duplicate the enemy. And we're gonna call this... rename new enemy. I will change that name later. Sound on impact. We're gonna remove that. Kill enemy on win. Yep, that's fine. And we're also going to change this to an Hold on. Bullets. When a bullet hits an enemy, it automatically kills them. Right? Basically, what I want to do is I want to have an enemy that is much bigger than normal. Ooh. I have an idea. We're going to put the monster spawner material on him. And we're also going to have him move much slower speed. So we're going to have your speed set to 1. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have the speed set to 1. Yeah, kill enemy on win, definitely. I'm not going to add him to the spawn list, but basically I want this to be set up so that it will hurt the player when he impacts them. Hold on, player. There are 2 things I need to check. One is player health. Okay, so if other game object is an enemy, hurt the player. So we're going to take our enemy, our new enemy. We're going to add a new tag. Boss. That'll be the new tag. And yeah, let's just rename you to boss. This is the thing that every horror game has, right? The enemy that you can't beat. Boss. You are now boss. 3, 3, 3. Yeah, you're just a big chunky guy. Big chunky boy. I'll hide him over in like a corner over here or some shit. And your capsule collider. Height doesn't really matter on this. In fact, we could probably... we'll leave that as is. Open agent settings. We're going to add a new agent type. We're going to call this boss. Radius is going to be 1.5. Otherwise, no changes. Duplicate the nav mesh surface. Boss. Bake the boss, please. Does it not show this here? Cameras, orientation. Ah, here we go. Gizmos. There we go. Okay, here we go. We got that. And the boss has much tighter corners that it can't get through. Oh, shit. Okay, we're going to have to I'm going to change the boss. Instead of radius of 0.5, of 1.5, we'll have a radius of 1. Bake that. Can you get around now? That's where you're starting. The important thing is that it can get through these areas to reach the player. Not so much the tighter bends and stuff. All right. Yep, that's good. Okay, we have our boss. Save. Clear. Yes. So, player health. I want player health. Or, so if it's, let's see, if it is the enemy else if boss. So if the enemy that we hit is the boss, then we're also going to do that times 2. You know what? I'm actually going to lower its speed to something a little less, like 0.5. Speed 0.5. Okay. Acceleration is going to be 1. So it's going to take a little while for it to move. It's going to be a chunky boy. Let's change this. Back to that orientation. Turn that off. All right. Oh, right. The whole reason why I had this was so I could turn off the gizmos. There we go. Now our big boy is moving. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Yep. Nope. Okay, we got a problem with the boss. Where's the boss? All right, I'm going to make the boss its own prefab. Okay, hold on. The collider. That is way too big. Oh. Right. That's on me. Hold on. So we're going to change this to 1, 1, 1, 1.5. And then we're going to change the
That's right, because the enemy is just a capsule. Okay. Never mind. I set it up so that the enemy... Yeah, so the issue that I have now is the enemy cannot be changed. So, yeah. Boss. You are a boss agent type. Play. Okay, cool. There's a good chance people are going to run through this game and never run into that. And I am here for it. All right, hold on. Let's just make sure that is on the play area. I think the bottom of it is going to snap. Yep, right there. Okay. So we need to get this just a little bit higher. 2 point. So 3 tall. Yep. Perfect. Again, it's just one of those things that I don't think many players are going to run into, because it has to get all the way through here to get to you. So you're probably going to run into it once or twice, but you know, if it's 3 times the size, you should do 3 times the damage. Anything else I want to add? So we have an enemy that hunts you down that you cannot harm. We have... Let's think. Oh, okay. We need to fix that. Hold on. Bullets. We have this just set to scale, right? No, we do not. Okay. Let's do that. Let's have this set to keep a scale. The health bar, 0.1 to 0.3, 0.8 to 0.9. So I think we're going to create an empty in here. That's going to be stats. We're going to take the health bar, bullets, and bullet amount, and we're going to put those in under stats. And stats is going to be, 0.1 to 0.3, 0, 0, and Y is going to be 0.7 to 0.9, 0, 0. Okay. Now the health bar, I think, is going to be the upper value. So that's going to be X of 0 and 1. And Y of 0 and... No, not 0 and 0.5. 0.5 and 1. And then bullets, 0 to 0.5, and 0 to 0.5. And then the bullet amount is going to be 0.5 and 0.5 to 1. Oh, no, whoops. Okay, that's better. And we're going to take both of these and set them to scale. No, we're not. Never mind. Both to center. And then monoliths I will have in the other corner. So if stats is 0, 1, 0, 3 is 0.9, 0.7. And y is going to be the same. Point 7, 0.9. And then rename monolith. Put those in here. Okay, so monoliths left is going to be on the left side. 0.5 to 1. And then on the right side, so 0 to 0.5. And then this one, the number of monoliths, 0.5 to 1, 0, and 0.5 to 1. Okay. If I could scale that down a bit. How about we put everything to 24? So let's open our stats. Bullet amount, bullets, monoliths left, number of monoliths. Let's set all those to 24. That's a little better. Yeah. I think there's a way that we can go into our canvas, pixel perfect, and set it so that no, screen space overlay. Canvas scaler. Scale with screen size. There we go. That's what we wanted. Scale with screen size. Okay. So we're going to take all of these. We're going to scale these down slightly. Okay, we're going to take bullet amount and put that over there. Bullets. Put that over there. I hate how it doesn't let you put spacing there. go. 5 points of spacing on that side. Okay. Monoliths left. Hit play. Let's see what happens. Oh. Okay, 10 minutes, one more change. On bullets, we're going to take... Yeah, we'll do this on stats. Display low bullets warning. Okay. So when we're low on bullets, we're going to be like, hey, you don't have a lot of bullets. That's a thing that you should fix. We're not going to display something directly. Instead, what we're going to do is on the we're going to get fire bullet dot on fire. When we fire, we're gonna display what the heck is the AI coming up with now? Display low bullets warning dot display low bullets warning. No. Check number and update. Actually, this may end up being something that we just run every frame because... Hold on. Hold the phone. 1 second. Okay, fire bullet. Input action. Okay, so there is the bullet text stored here. Update bullet count. Oh, I might just do it here then. Is update bullet count called? It's called anytime the number of bullets is changed. Okay. Wait, if it's called anytime the number of bullets is changed, then why is it called here? What do I need to call it there? Okay. If number of bullets is less than or equal to 5, we're going to change the color to red. Otherwise, the color will be white. Okay. And then we have our ugly duckling script here. We're just going to delete that. Add that to our scripts. Make sure everything's in the correct folders. Save all of that. with that. Play. Let's try again. Where are the two last monoliths? Where's the last one? Damn it, that one hasn't respawned yet. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Ah, crud. Yes, this one's respawned. Goody. I died. Okay. Yeah, it is noon. 'Tis the end. This puppy looks way too comfortable. I need to take him on a walk. So, yeah. I'm not I'm happy with this. I think this went pretty well. Yeah. My thought is next episode, next broadcast, next, I don't know, what do you call this? Next stream. That's the word for it. Next stream, I'll spice it up a little bit, add a couple details, and after that, upload it. Yeah, throw it on itch. See how it does. See you all later.